Brazil's colonial history dates back to the early 1500s, when Portuguese explorers settled and developed the area known as Bahia, located in Brazil's northeast. In the second half of the 16th century, because the region lacked a large workforce, the Portuguese found it profitable to raid the West African coast and inlands for slaves. Human cargoes of black gold were transported and sold and put to work on Latin American plantations in the New World. Throughout their journey to the Americas and during their long and brutal captivity, slaves resisted bondage. Numerous violent slave rebellions occurred on board slave ships and on plantations, where weaponless slaves fought their captors. Rebellious slaves who attempted escape were beaten and tortured. Many slaves, however, great the threat of punishment, escaped into the Brazilian forest and set up free communities and strongholds. These early freedom fighters used an ancient African martial art to defend themselves, called capoeira. This art was camouflaged as a dance and put to music so slaves could teach self-defense without the masters suspecting any danger. More than 300 years after slavery, two young Brazilians, Loremil Machado and Jelon, bring this art form to North America and conduct classes at New York's Ed Sullivan Studio.
Capoeira is a Brazilian martial art. It's done as a dancer and as a fight.
The difference between capoeira and karate is capoeira, first of all, our name one, capoeira is done to music. And capoeira is supposed to be very graceful and very relaxed and moving around and up and down and upside down. And you never stop in one position, you're always moving around. And the karate, I think, is more standing, is more still. That's one of the differences.
If you come to my class for the first time, all right, you're gonna get into a warm-up, right? A kind of exercise that I start in my class that would make you
loose you up,
relax, loose you up, and then when you get into stretch, all right, and then you would get into capoeira. Capoeira itself is a good exercise. Capoeira, that you move your whole body. But there's four important movements capoeira. Ginga. Ginga is the movement, it's a very basic movement, capoeira.
Ginga is a basic step that is 3 counts rhythm. Stepping back and forth by springing up from the back feet. And that's where all technique is done from that step. That's the Ginga. And you gotta really make sure you're very relaxed and moving back and forth and side to side and going around.
Some of the other capoeira technique are cucurinha, negativa, and au, all right? Cucurinha is a movement that you go down like this, all right? This means that you have to protect yourself from a kick and a scratch position. Then the other one is a negativa. Negativa is a movement that you go like this. It's a sweep kind of movement, all right? And au is a cartwheel, all right? That's the 4 important movement capoeira.
Capoeira is graceful and dead at the same time. Because graceful because it's a dance. It's supposed to be dancing down to the rhythm. And deadly because it was made out of necessities. As I told you before, the slaves could not use a weapon. Then they had to do something about it. They had to get something deadly, something that really worked for them so they would get their freedom. That's why they had to make capoeira so deadly and dangerous.
The importance of rhythm in capoeira is that it helps, the capoeira itself, and everything become alive when there's a rhythm. Not just the rhythm, but like the music, it's the song. And it's beautiful when it's done with music.
Berimbau, it's an instrument that we use in capoeira. It's originated from Africa, and that we started with the berimbau, mouth berimbau. Then we changed to berimbau, that's called belly berimbau. And it's coming from Africa and to Brazil, and was put into capoeira to camouflage it, to be part of the music.